Hi, welcome to Leap Taken. This is Mika. Here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And today, I'm doing a bit of an update with my goals planner and my witchy planner. So I'm going to show that. So just stay tuned. That's coming up. And yeah, I'll just be sort of talking about the progress of the goals I set and how I'm accomplishing them using my planner. So we're almost done with January, just over halfway through. So I thought, hey, let me just show you how I'm doing, and also it's kind of helping me be accountable for some of the things that I said that I wanted to do. So I'm going to share a little bit with you guys. But what I wanted to talk about just up front is this idea that when you work spells and when you do magic, that you don't have to do anything else, that you don't have to put any kind of mundane action behind it. Forgive me, guys. That's the one of my many appliances. I multitask here. I'm a housewife. I do a lot of things. But anyway, yeah. So the goal for me is to, or one of my many goals is part of my spirituality is to do the work. So part of doing the work means yes, I do the meditation. I do speak my affirmations. I did spell work. I do continuous root work or candle spells. I work with my ancestors. I do tarot readings. I do other forms of divination. All of that, but I still get off my butt and do the physical parts of what needs to get, whatever I need to do to get the goal accomplished. So, weight loss. I just posted on Instagram earlier today where, hey, I worked out and I didn't feel like it. And I do believe that when I see things, there's no such thing as coincidence. That's what I'm basically saying. I found something as somebody was talking about motivation, and she was just speaking on the fact that motivation is basically fleeting. It comes, it goes. You can't solely rely on motivation, and I think that has been an issue for me almost all my life. Feeling motivated to do something, because the reality of it is I may not be, it could be a year and I never felt motivated to do something. So, and you'll see when I get into planners where I had been operating from the place of motivation and feelings. And when it comes to certain goals, you have to ignore feelings. Or not ignore them, acknowledge them, and just push through anyway. Easier said than done, but you just physically get your butt up and do it. That's basically one of those things. Make a certain choice. Practical examples, like I said, I didn't feel like working out. I got off my butt out this chair and I walked over and I started working out. And did I feel good? No, it hurt the whole time. I huffed and puffed and worked my way out. It was grueling. I did not enjoy it. I hurt and I don't want to do it again. So this goes to show you motivation, yeah, that it can work sometimes, but when it's not there, then what? So tying this back to magic and practicing a magical lifestyle, doing all the spells, doing all that, that's great. That part where you feel like you don't feel like doing something, and to take it a step further, where you start convincing yourself why you don't need to do it, that's where that magic comes into play, where certain things will just come your way. And for instance, this YouTuber I found who I didn't know about, I found her page, and she was really giving great advice about as far as weight loss and exercising and eating right and all that sort of stuff. And that's where I even started thinking about the motivation subject. So yeah, I'm like, okay, so that's where the motivation leaves off. That's where witchcraft comes in, I guess. So where did it come in for me today? Well, I kept remembering the spell. I kept remembering the goal. Combined with, a random look at this woman's video that I never really watched her channel before. So I've seen it, but I never really watched it and listened all the way through. So yeah, I think that's the spell working, putting reminders, putting the reason why I want to do this in my face and explain before I could, talk myself out of it or think myself out of it. The universe conspired to show me why, in fact, I can't do that because hey, this is why, you know better, and here's what you know, and by the way, here's what you don't know. And it was hard for me to continue to just sit here as an intelligent, magical being and not get my butt up and move with, realizing that. So that's what I did. I didn't think about it anymore. I didn't wait. I reluctantly moved slowly. I slow walked the warm up part of the workout routine. I work out at home. I slow walked it, but I did it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I did it. It was tough today, but that's okay. It's not always going to be simple. It's not always going to be easy. And that doesn't mean that my spell for weight loss, my spell to be more active and all of that, my wellness spell didn't work. It did. I worked out, didn't I? So it did work. All that other stuff, how you feel about it, your attitude, and all that sort of stuff, that's a separate piece. Where it will mess you up is if you let that guide you. If that's the basis of how your actions. Well, I don't feel like this, so I'm not doing it, or I feel this. And I'm kind of going somewhere with this. We have to be careful, and I know a lot of people mean well with witchy self-help care or self-care. And things of that nature, or just the self-care movement. You have to be very careful with this what you feel. And people say, oh well, sometimes self-care is just taking a time out, not doing anything. I agree totally, by the way. You have to be mindful of how often you're getting the feeling of just not doing anything. How often is this? I am not a busy person. I don't pretend to be busy or to be super productive all day. I like to take time out for just me, whether it's just to zone out, if it's to binge watch something, to quite frankly mess around with my husband, whatever it is. I like having my time. Okay, that's me time. That's personal development time. That's me expressing myself time, and of course to be creative. So I'm all for taking time for yourself and whatever that means to you. But I do think if taking time for yourself means doing activities that really don't develop you much, all the time or often or several times throughout the day, and it's kind of taking up more of what you do than anything else, yeah, I think that's actually low key the start of depression. Like you have to be careful with that. And sometimes these buzzwords and things that we say, it sounds good. Oh yeah, it's okay that I, drank the bottle of wine and I just ordered takeout and I did that every day this week. And then you look up and it's like, shoot, I'm borderline, having these habits, not really, honing personal relationships with others. I'm kind of isolating myself. I'm just saying you got to watch out because it might be leading to something else. And, that's the thing. You have to think for yourself. You have to be a critical thinker. And I think when you're practicing witchcraft, especially in these times, because we have books. Yes, there's guidebooks on the practice witchcraft. There's YouTube channels. There's all sorts of medium to figure out how to do this. But ultimately, it's your craft. It's your magical life. I live my magical lifestyle. I'm not, asking anyone to do what I do. But if you take anything from this, please understand you have to be a critical thinker. You need to kind of decipher all that information that you're learning, the things that I say, the things that others say, the things that you read, and see where it fits in your lifestyle and see where it makes sense. So that you're not in a situation where, some self-care guru is telling you it's perfectly fine to basically, drink yourself silly because everybody's upset, or, to smoke yourself silly because the world is just crazy and you need to escape. And I would say this, yeah, vices, hey, I got them too. I would just be careful if you're finding that's becoming more of your norm, an altered state where you're not quite there. Because, if you're practicing witchcraft, how are you getting messages through? Listen, I'm all for expanding your mind and kind of relaxing yourself so that you are more open to receive messages, but there has to be balance in your life. That can't be your state of consciousness all the time. And you honestly expect results in your life for all the spells that you do, the root work, the conjure, the magic, and and so forth and so on. Just my thoughts. I am not trying to offend anybody. I'm just letting you know, from my experience and how the inspiration that got me going today. Um, you got to be a critical thinker, put all the pieces together, and that's how you get ish done. That's how those spells work. That's how those job spells work. Yeah, I did the spell. I came in. I felt great. I was motivated at the time. But the reality of it is, if you keep applying for jobs and they're either not hiring, they're not responding, or they're telling you no, that can be discouraging as all get out, right? So all I'm saying is, and I'm just using another example with the job thing. Motivation will let you down. So that's where those spells come into play. That thing that needs to drive you, that things that pushes you forward, that's that witchcraft. Believe in your magic. I did, and I got my butt up and I worked out today. So I'm going to stop with this and get on to my update with my goals planner and my witchy planner. So stay tuned. Okay, and here I am with my planner. So first, I just want to give an update. This is my witchy planner. This is my goals planner. I still haven't gotten a decal. I just haven't. I've been working on my goals, so I haven't had a chance. Anyway, let me just tell you, as you know, a few weeks into January, I love this planner. I touch this planner every day, sometimes twice a day, but at least almost every day, Monday through Friday. During the weekend, I don't update this planner. This is just how I do. I don't come to this on a weekend. I just don't. So it's like a Monday through Friday thing. And that's working for me right now. I might change things, but that's just how I do. So let me give you guys an update. So first off, So for my little piece of mine and privacy, I did go ahead and just block out some things that are kind of health related or well, not too much money, but like things that, you guys don't need to see. We'll just say that. Other things I don't mind so much. But anyway, this was my monthly planner. So I don't really update this very much. I don't do anything more on here than what you see, because the reality of it is I don't feel like I need to. I'm getting my bang for the buck out of the weekly. So let me move here. So this is my weekly. So this is this week's planner or notes, and I fill this out first thing in the morning, and I put a couple little stickers and things like that, but I've been filling it out. But I'm going to take you back to January 4th this week. So here, again, I have some things blocked out, but here, yeah, I use different ink, which I kind of like because it looks like I'm really doing something. But yeah, this is my journaling. This is where I write how I felt, what happened, hits, misses, or anything else, that I felt worthy of just recording here for this week. This is my habit tracker. I did not do well with my writing sprints, and this is what I wanted to talk about as far as motivation. One thing I realize is that motivation is only going to take you so far. Just real talk. It's you. For me personally, I have to do more. I have to just push myself through. I didn't know that this week. And, here we are in my I just didn't get it done. I worked out for 3 days this week, which my goal was to work out at least 3 times a week. So I met my goal. I would have liked more, to be honest with you. And I felt a little bummed about that. And I wrote about that here. It was basically cramps that kicked me in the butt this week, and literally. So I didn't have the stamina, energy, and I hurt, and I just wanted to lay down, so I did. But other than that, I felt positive about the week. I really did. And I purchased a stepper by the end of the week because I realized I was going to need that for my exercise routine. So then going into last week. So as I mentioned, here I did write down on the weekend, but here I did not. I don't feel the need to record if there's something going on, but for the most part, I don't know. I may change that. This is something I was just really thinking about. I was like, why don't I write on the weekend what's happening? I don't know what my problem is. I just feel like I'm off for some reason. Like I'm just off with everything. I'm out of my routine. But needless to say, I got through this week, and with my habit tracker, I only worked out 3 times this week, not because of cramps or period or anything like that. That's just what happened. Um, I had a hair appointment. I got my hair retightened, my little baby micro locks. Got those retightened on Thursday, and Friday I got caught up with other stuff, just like running around doing stuff, and I did not work out. Oh, I went with my husband to an appointment earlier in that day, so I just didn't do it, and that's on me. So, and my other things that I'm doing, I did writing sprints. This is actually what I want to point out. You see that's blank. I am so disappointed in myself. Full disclosure, this upsets me that I haven't done that. Um, but yeah, these work to do, personal to do, I kind of just been playing around with this. I might put another label on it. I don't know. I don't work outside jobs, so I use this for other stuff, and I don't know. I've just been playing around with how to list things here, but for the most part, I just write down stuff I need to do for the week that will, get me to my goals. So that's this week. But yeah, I started over on my workout from last week because I assumed I would just do it all week. That's okay. It still kicked my butt as it did last week on day one. So I, can't go wrong there. I started reading my book about investing because part of my goals are to get better at understanding investment and things like that. I have another brokerage account I opened and funded. I still have my E-Trade. I haven't funded that one yet, but one through my bank, I went ahead and opened that up, and I funded it, and I just put like $50 in. I mean, I'm just being honest with you guys. I only put $50 in because I have my E-Trade and I plan on doing more, but I was like, it was just the commitment of getting it going for me and sticking to my goals. I'm gonna add more. I'll fund it and I'll keep going, but I started. I did it, and I'm reading the book, and I'm taking my time because I can read pretty fast. The book is called Simple Path to Wealth, and I really like the information that's in the book. So I have some other YouTube channels that I'm following. I am not interested in joining any sort of group where people are investing. There's the one that begins with the F that comes in mind. Like, I don't, honestly, that's not my thing. I'm very independent, and I'm an independent thinker, and I really don't need other people in a group situation where we got to pool money together and invest. I don't want to do that. This is not how I want to do things. So anyway, so if you were going to suggest something, please don't. I'm not interested. But anyway, so there's that. So yeah, the exercising, the investing, um, I made a commitment as far as with my husband, like romantic. They have a thing, romantic relationships. I know that his love language, one of the main things he likes is just basically acts of affection. So I try to do that daily, and I'm holding myself accountable. And it's not just a hug or kiss. Yeah, it could be something like that, but it's an act. He's the type of guy, he likes you to do stuff for him, do little things. It doesn't have to be anything, but the fact that you thought to do something, it's exciting for him. So, I'm just trying to be on that more because, if you give what you want to get, you know what I mean? I think that's pretty simple, right? So, drinking extra water, like this is the section, things I will do to make this week great. So I got this all situated, and I feel like I did, well, I don't feel like I did do these things. I speak my affirmations, mantras. Sometimes I have used different, okay, so I use the same thing from the previous week, this week, but I also added something different as well. And I have in my Witchy Planner and my Catch-All Planner where I have, all my business, appointments and everything else. I do put it in that planner too because I wanted to see it. Anyway, but yeah, so I like in this section at the bottom where it says big wins, what made me happy. I did work out 3 times this week. That was important to me, and I did it. Lessons learned, how I'll improve, and that's where I wrote down. I wrote that, after the fact, this morning before I started the next week. Motivation comes and goes, but do the thing anyway. That's what I wrote, and that's what I feel. And I did my little check off. I reviewed this week, and I planned for next week. And here's my plans for this week. So by the end of today or this, let me pull that down. The end of today or this afternoon, I'll be writing in Monday, writing about my workout because I've since did that and some other things. I, put in, my goals for this week, continuing my workout, finishing that book, um, and tarot readings. And I put here my love moments. I'm just kind of giving, 2 words to describe the whole thing about the affection thing. And, I have my habit tracker here. This is my book that I'm referring to, just shorthand for that. My working out, speaking affirmations, journaling, that's actually writing here. And then making sure that I write the post for my blog that's going to go back online, so to speak. I'll be back to writing that in February. But I want to make sure that I am keeping to my schedule. So that's what that's about. So I'll just check that off and just look at that. So anyway, I have all this stuff going on. And yeah, that's it. So this is obviously for next week, but this is how I'm doing with this planner. It is helping, it is working, it's motivating, after saying motivating, but it is motivating, it's working out for me. So just want to let you guys know, if you were on the fence, because it's undated, so you could buy, one of these now. And I got mine from Amazon. If you've been on the fence about it and you're like, do I really need this? Let me tell you, I'm really doing it. I'm using it. I'm keeping up with it. Yes, I realize it's only January, but I'm doing it. So I wanted to just share that with you guys in case you were curious about it. Now, this is my witchy pagan planner, if you will. So this is the happy planner. That's what this one is here. You get it. You are magical. I adore this planner, by the way. If I have not expressed that enough, I love this one. Was an 18-month planner. I purchased it last year. It started in July of 2020, and it goes up to the end of 2021, December. So that's what this is about. I am going to quickly go to January. Okay. So this is my monthly here. I don't put many, when I say personal, I mean like, oh, I got a doctor's appointment, or that's not what this planner is for. That's my catch-all planner. So I'm going to just do a decorate with me right now, so you kind of can get an idea of like how I do this. But let me just do a quick flip through. So this was week 1. 2, you see, I don't do a whole lot of writing. It's more about action. I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, I look in here, like my mantra for this week was, I can do hard things. And by the way, go to Pinterest if you're looking for, where do I know what I think I want to say, but I'm not sure. Pinterest is great for this stuff. So, yeah, I can do hard things. I knew it would be hard to stick to a schedule for writing. I knew it would be hard to be working out and to modify my diet and to be on top of other people and my relationships and holding myself accountable and not just being in my own little world. I knew that doing all of those things at once can be hard, because coming from a place that I was coming from before, where I was kind of a little bit more checked out, because I was honestly protecting my own energy. So still protecting my energy. However, I have these goals and things that I want to do. So it's hard to keep all that going. So yeah, there's that. So anyway, that's this. So this is the week before, and then I had, like I said, this week, and I had here this week's mantra: today I create my tomorrow. So that was this week. Today I create my tomorrow. So that felt great to be able to do that. To be able to speak that, and I meant it. It made me feel good. So yeah, this is basically how I, these 2 weeks in January. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump in with this week. But right before I do, sorry, I have been, doing some of my tarot readings. I don't do them every single day because I don't do the same thing every day. But the 2 things, I just wanted to point that out. I did do that here, and I wrote some stuff on the back of here as well. So I have been keeping up with that as well. And sometimes I pulled a card and I just like wrote it here and on the page here. So there's that. And so honestly, sometimes I don't necessarily write it down because I felt like it was just a message in that moment and I needed that message, and I just kind of move on. It just honestly depends. But most times, yes, I write it down. But anyway, This page is still valuable. I just wanted to kind of just give a quick overlook on that. I got all this stuff from a combination of like internet search and from Pinterest, and I printed it and cut it out to fit my Happy Planner classic size. And this moon phases and manifesting page that I printed out on vellum paper, which I am quite excited about, by the way. It's fancy. I love this. But anyway, yeah, this has been helpful. It helps me just to kind of remind myself a little bit. Not that I really forget, but I kind of like looking at it. So, what type of things, what kind of energies to kind of incorporate and work on depending on the moon phase. So there's that. But let me get to the decorating. And there was a time I used to take, I don't know, a really long time doing this. Um, because I don't know, I think I would second guess myself on what goes where and how I wanted it to look. But now, I don't feel that way. I just, I have a general idea of how I want it to look, and I just put things down on here, and I like it. Like it's not that big of a deal to decorate my planner. But on the flip side, I enjoy decorating my planner. I like having the cute stickers, and they're pretty to me, and I like doing all that sort of stuff. So there's that. Okay, so I ran out of room on my SD card, but all I did was I was putting this sticker on here, so sorry about that. It's a little choppy. But anyway, yeah, and that was a journey. But here I'm back. I'm back to getting back in the mode that I was in. Um, but anyway, the point is, I like to just have myself situated, kind of in the mindset. Like I just let myself kind of zone out a little bit, to be honest with you. And I start thinking about what do I want to see this week? How do I want things to play out? What kind of energies do I need to focus on? If I'm not sure on my own because I have so much going on, at least I think I do, I'll consult my cards. To be perfectly honest with you, I'll just consult my cards and ask them what do I need to be focusing on this week. I like to do that daily as well. So, um, when I can. I don't always get to it, sadly, but I try. I try to. But, I just try to stay in the mindset of, trying to figure out what the heck I want to do and where do I need to focus and, what do I need to be paying attention to. So that's kind of how I do this. But anyway, yeah, this is a really relaxing time for me, if I'm being honest. Just, playing with the stickers. Decorating my book, my planners. I decorate all my planners. It's specifically like my happy planner, excuse me, planners. I'll do that for sure. I just like make them look pretty, and this is how I make it look pretty. Let me bring that out a little bit more. So yeah, add a little the washi, add a couple stickers, whatever I want to, kind of hone in on the energy and what I'm thinking. And right now, these sticker books are just really fitting kind of the mode I'm in, celestial and, definitely a little bit of the woo woo. I like to see that magical, being aware of the universe and its energy, and these types of stickers kind of just put me in that mindset. It makes me think about that, so that's why I want to use them this week. That's where my headspace is at. I just like to remember that there's so much more going on than what we see. I sometimes like a visual representation of that, and that's just some whiteout that I use to just block that out. But anyway, I like to see sort of a visual representation to remind me of that. Do I know it? Of course, I'm fully aware of that, but it's just it's a nice little nudge. In the same way for me, when I would go to the ocean when I lived in Florida, it would always put me in the headspace of, the world is so much bigger. There's so much more than whatever issue I think, I'm having or I'm experiencing. There is so much more going on. It's so much bigger than me. For some people, that could be a crippling feeling. for me, that gave me a sense of peace because it meant whatever I was stressed about, whatever I was thinking about, honestly, in a great scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal. There's so many other forces at play, and it made me feel better because my problems weren't as big as I maybe had assumed they weren't, and it I don't know, I like thinking like that, but when I see this again, it taps into that way of thinking. Um, things are not as big, my problems, that is, or difficulties, issues, it's not as big. Yeah, that's it. It's not as big as I think it is. Um, anyway, those things are helpful, just kind of having that type of knowledge in my mind and being reminded of it. Yeah, I like that. I like thinking about that kind of stuff and seeing the world, the universe that way. It's, I don't know, it works for me. That's the best way I can describe it. So I'm just about done. I don't need to do like a whole lot. Oh, that's why I wanted to put this. No, I was going to do that here, but I put that sticker there. See, this is when I get jammed up because I get a little sticker happy and I forget kind of, I have a loose idea of how I want to see things, but sometimes I just start putting stickers everywhere and I kind of lose myself. Yes, I lose myself in stickers. What a thing to get lost in, right? Everybody should have that type of problem. So anyway, yeah, I think I'm just about done here. This is really just how quickly I move when I'm doing this. I have a loose idea of things that I know I'm going to want to write down. So I'll just put, like bullet point stickers, that sort of thing there. So, I just know to come back to it. I just know. I'll just say that. I just know. Okay. Almost done. Let's see. Yeah, I was looking for the mantra thing. All right. Okay, bam. That's it. This is how I plan. This is how I set, this is my witchy planner. So, it looks witchy. So this is how I get going with this one. Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to put here. Sorry, guys. There was one other thing I wanted, yeah, saying or something. Yeah, I like this one. These really big stickers that do this, I like this. And it kind of goes with, the little star thing. So, yep. Now I'm done. Now I'm done because that was just like a big space. And I gotta have, I don't know, it's gotta balance in some way. I'm weird that way. But guess what? I'm still going with my mantra for this week. I can do hard things. This is still relevant and it's still something I speak into existence. I can do. I'm not asking the universe to give me hard things to do. I'm saying I can do hard things. So that's what that is. So yeah, this is this is pretty much it. Oh, duh. Let me a couple more things here. So what I would, I'll just show you real quick. I'll do a tarot reading for the week. So I'm just going to pull a card here. I was going to do this after the fact, but I'm sitting, right here. Why not do it now? Why not just show you like how this works for me? Oh, let's shuffle, shall we? Okay. I like to, shuffling does a lot of things. It gets the energy in the cards. It's, whatever you're thinking, like you're shuffling in that energy, shuffling out previous energies. Keep your cards cleansed, keep crystals near them, keep them in a place uh, that you considered sacred, safe, whether that's just a little bin or a shelf, whatever you, deem is safe place for them. Safe meaning like no one else is touching them and putting their energy on them. Always knock 3 times. It's just a thing I do. I don't know how to explain it. We all have our little witchy quirks, right? So, bam, Hermit. Well, that makes sense. Okay, so the card of the day is Hermit. Oh, thought I felt more than one. Card of the day. And I'll just put the Hermit. And with everything I said and goals and, kind of being more reflective and a little bit self-analytical, the Hermit would make sense because I'm really working on building up my way of thinking, my way of viewing things. So this makes sense to me. This is just confirmation of what I have been talking about, what I've been feeling this morning. So I'm happy with that. So I'll just say, because I want to keep it short, I'm not writing a long thing. I would just say, continue to go within and work on self. Bam. So that's my card of the day. I was going to say card of the week. This is my card of the day. If I want to write more, I can, but I like having a poll or something either Monday or Tuesday. I don't know, it kind of sets a situation for me, but yeah, and I'm using a purple pen. For some reason, purple goes with this to me. So sometimes I'll use a different color. Also, it feels very witchy. I don't know. And it pulls in some of the colors from here, so it makes sense to me in a little bit here. So, yeah, this is my witchy planner. This is how I get started. I'll come back throughout the day depending on things that are happening, and I'll write more things as well. For instance, I want to remember to write affirmations because I did not do that. So I want to remember to do that. That's happening for sure. And then as far as anything witchy that I'm doing this week, that's not really being shown here on this channel. Oh, duh, I know. This is something I was thinking about earlier. Update grimoire. I have to put some things in my grimoire, so that's something that's happening actually today. So you see what I mean? I know there's like things I'm going to be doing, so I put the little stickers here so I can write those things down. At the end of the week, I know there's some stuff I'm going to want to reflect on or make mention of here in this planner. So that's about. The white spaces don't bother me. I know for some people they feel like they should have everything filled in, and that's fine. I don't necessarily fill that. I fill in what I want to fill in. I don't use this just for the sake of using it. I use this planner. I enjoy coming into this planner and working in it. So yeah, that's what I don't, if I know something's going on that week, I'll write it down, but typically I just take it day by day. So this is pretty much what I'll write for the day. Once, I might put a check mark next to the update grimoire, or once I finish writing my affirmations and things like that, which some will be written here in my catch-all planner, as I said before. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, this is how I do it. It's pretty simple. It's not a lot of fuss, and it works for me. So thank you for watching. Hopefully this is a bit helpful. I wanted to kind of share my progress, especially with my goal planner, so you can see how I'm using it, what I'm doing. It might motivate you as well. Motivate you or inspire you, I should say. So thank you so much again for watching. One other thing, hopefully you made it to the end of the video. I will be going live every Friday doing my Witchy Review. My Witchy Review, or Witchy Review Friday, is basically me, the witch, reviewing things, whether it's things I purchased, sometimes maybe even things I own. It may be a tangible item. It might be a YouTube channel or something else, or a program or a class, or an item of sorts. It could be anything. The point is, check out on Fridays and you'll see I typically go live between 1 and 1:30 p.m. Mountain time. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Dang, I don't know what that is for East. I forget. I think it's like a 2-hour difference right now for that. So figure out the math. So anyway, Mountain time. So, check me out then. I just started doing it. I did it 2 weeks straight, so this will be the 3rd week I'm going. I didn't make a big fanfare about it, but yeah, check me out. If you're just curious to know, this channel going live. So thanks again for watching. Please like, subscribe, share. And again, if you have already subscribed, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I got to 500 subscribers. I really appreciate you guys checking this channel out, interacting with me, and subscribing. So thanks again. Bye-bye.